Hello, I wanted to share with you guys the way that I personally do manicures on myself or on my clients. Here, I always start with acetone and I remove any nail polish or residue that they have on the nails. Then I have this antiseptic spray. You can use antiseptic spray or gel on my client's hands, on my own hands, and on my tools. I always like to do it in front of the client just so she feels sure that everything is very well cleansed and disinfected. I personally like to use Vaseline, any petroleum jelly that you have. And with a brush, I brush it around the cuticles. You can use a cuticle softener, but personally, myself, I prefer to use this here. I just feel like it's more natural. It's worked pretty well for me. Right here I showed you guys it's a stress relief bubble bath. The scent is lavender. I bought it at CVS and it's very inexpensive. I always like to buy lavender because it just relaxes you. And I put it in this little dish, in this little bowl, and then I put very warm water over it. Not too hot to where the client can't take it, but more warm than cold. And right here you see I'm drying the hands. I have this, I have a lot of squares of this material here that I bought very cheap in downtown LA. And usually I ask the client to take off her jewelry before I start. And I always tell her to put them in her purse just so she won't forget them on my table because it's happened before. And it's better to do it since the beginning, but I forgot here, so this is where I asked her to take it off. But like I said, these pieces of cloth, I just cut them in big squares and I use them per client. As soon as I'm done with each client, I throw them away. And it's easy cleanup for me and it's very inexpensive, so it's a good little recommendation I have there for you. So I pushed the cuticles, I removed all the dead skin. And this step right here with the cuticle nipper, I don't recommend it. I usually don't like to cut the cuticle. The only time I use it is on occasions like this client. She had very dry little cuticles sticking up. So I just cut those little pieces. As you can see, I'm not cutting all the cuticle. It's just those dry pieces. It's just those dry pieces so they won't run more or hurt them, or what if she pulls them off and hurt herself. So I'll just cut them, but I usually do not cut the cuticle. I don't like to. This is a scrub that I personally do. It's a family recipe that I make, and it's a scrub that leaves your hands very soft. It's very important to mix it very well. You can use your scrub of choice. It does not have to be this one. Any favorite scrub that you have will do just fine. It's to remove all the dead skin cells. I just make sure I have that same piece of cloth very well put under my client's hands. And what I do is I get a good amount of the scrub and I scrub all the hand. The inside, the bottom part, the top part. Sometimes, depending on the client, if they want you to, I'll scrub all the way up to the arms. Okay, and just make sure that you scrub it all very well. Very well. Not too hard to where to where it hurts the client, because it does have little, whatever it's made out of. It has a little like this scrub, it does have some brown sugar in it, so that brown sugar or whatever else the scrub has in it, if you do it too hard, it will hurt the client. So just do it hard enough to where you're exfoliating it very well, but not too hard to where it hurts her. And after I scrub, I tell my client to rinse her hands with warm water and to not use soap. Do not use soap when they're rinsing the scrub off, because it'll wash away all the all the oils and any hydrating ingredient that the scrub has. So just with water, and once they come back to your table, just dry them and I recommend this hand cream. It's not a hand cream actually. It's called Utterly Smooth. I showed you guys how it looks. I also bought it at CVS. I love this cream. It leaves the hand so soft. Every client that I put it on, they usually go and buy it themselves because it leaves it very soft. What I'm doing here is with my antiseptic spray, I sprayed it on the nails to clean off any oil that the cream left on the hand. You can use pure alcohol, it does not have to be the antiseptic spray. And what I'm doing here is I'm buffing the nails. I'm not using a harsh file. It's a very, very, you know, light buffer. And I'm just shaping the nails. That's all I'm doing. And this client right here, she just wanted gel polish. So that's what I put on right after I finished the manicure. But usually some clients want acrylic nails. So what I'll do is I'll do the acrylic nails right after the manicure. But this is a very good service that you can add to your menu of services, or just to do it to yourself at home.